Hello, welcome to the one of the two demos for the Deluxe Holiday Sketchbox from Smile, Create, Repeat. I'm going to do a cool little sketch or drawing. I'll show you the picture will be in the video also so you can follow along or use it as reference. And we're using the Sketchbook, a Copic marker, and some pencils. And one of the things you want to do is just try them out and see what they do. So the first thing I did was to see how this marker reacts with this sketchbook paper. So I just wrote my name on the first page and then looked at the back and I see that it bleeds through. And that's expected because this is a sketchbook. It's thin paper. It's made for sketching. But it still worked great. It didn't bleed. The edges were crisp with the pen, so I'm going to use it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a few pages in so I know that if it bleeds through, it's not ruining either something else I've drawn. And this is the first thing I've done in this sketchbook, so it's not going to ruin anything I've drawn, but I'm going to keep that in mind. The next time I draw something in here, it won't be on the back, possibly. All right, so I'm going to start out with, we have four pencils here. I'm going to start out with the turquoise H, which is the hardest of the graphite, and get started. And I'm doing a quick, I think it's going to be or not quick necessarily, but a loose sketch. And we'll see how it goes. And then my plan is to, I think it's going to be mostly line, maybe a little bit of value here and there, depending what I think. And then the yellow I'm going to use to create a bold composition. And I hold my pencil out pretty far just because I like to, not because I like to, well, I do like to, but because it's just trying to be loose. I don't want to be, I'm not doing this kind of drawing yet, really tight. And that goes to about there. And this girl is dancing, and her hand is where? Eye level, so about here. And it goes there. And you can see I've slowed down because I'm doing a little more detailed drawing because I wanted to really see what that felt like, the way her hand was. Yeah. And then that is and I'm not erasing yet because I'm just trying to get some placements on there, and then we will adjust later. So I think her head might be a little bigger than that. And it's funny because you guys looking at this drawing compared to the photo right next to each other, it's going to be very obvious where I've made mistakes and need to fix. That's all right. To do this drawing for me, to get a realistic portrait here, would take me hours of work. And that's fine. It's not a race. Now let's see what we got. And that angle. Man, let's see if we can get that right. And the eyes are closed in the photograph. but I am going to open those up. Because I want her looking at the pencil, at whatever she's holding. What is she going to be holding, you think? I just spilled it. A pencil. And so this pencil, this is light, so an H, so it makes light marks. So they're easily erasable if needed. And what is that? We got a thumb. And then we have one finger coming out like that. And then we got a couple coming back like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then a pencil with a very large point on it. And I think I made that too much. It looks silly. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. And we're going to keep working on it. See if this is up higher. And I think that'll help angle the head down. Hope you all are having a wonderful holiday season, being safe. We are hunkered down. Our three little kiddos are certainly hoping. Are you going to see this after Christmas? This might be, this will be out before Christmas, so our kids are looking forward to Christmas. It's going to be, we moved to North Carolina a few years ago, so we're not near family. So it's not that much different than a few years past. But we've talked about this too, that if we still lived up in New Hampshire, would we be visiting family this Christmas? And my wife and I both said no, because we don't feel it's worth the risk for everyone involved. And yes, it's going to stink. We're going to miss people, of course, but that's what being an adult is. It's not just doing what you feel like you want to. Sometimes it's doing the right thing, quote unquote, the right thing when maybe it stinks. You don't want to, but you do. And I think that's where we're at right now. So now I'm stylizing this a little bit. That shoulder is not that big. And then we got that there. We don't need too much detail in our armpit because we don't want it to look. That tricep comes down there. We got our elbow. Just a little bit sharper edge there. And then that's soft and that's curving around. And that's a tricky one there for that edge of the paper. Hope that doesn't curve in like that. And I think that hand needs to be bigger. That's why it looks funny. Okay. All right, so I think, I need to look at it. Oh yeah, that is too small, and the arm is too long, and that finger is too long. And it's going up. Oh, don't look, close your eyes. And then this Okay, so I'm going to go with that. I think this still doesn't look right. And then let's see, I'm going to do my frame. And let's see if where do we want it? So, do I want it here? Because it needs to be over on this side. So that's where we'll do it. We don't want that to touch, so we want it there. And maybe we do that. And then that far distance there, so it shows on both sides of her. Okay. And we're going to go, HB is just in between H and 2B. This is 2B, this is a harder, darker lead. A softer, darker lead. And I'm going to go in and just add some dark punches. Nose, probably the eye. And I just looked at the reference photo to see what the eye looked like. There is no reference for that. And her eyebrows. And I do a lot of inking, pen and ink, and this kind of feels like that because you can go over and really make your lines darker, but I don't want to ink it. I'm just adding some little bit of dark and light here. And just some just because I want some contrast. Oh, I like the way that looks. And where are we here? We got this. And then that's all dark back there. I want to be careful not to mess up the side of that head face. And we'll put some here. Oh, I think that looks cool. What do you think? Let me know. So that looks pretty cool, I think. So let's add some more of that up in the hand so we can draw some attention over there too. And now I'm doing some careful observation because I don't want to be sketching, I just want to make the right lines. And I don't know if I'm gonna, but that's the goal. And I'm putting a little dark behind the pencil so it shows up. And something else I did try before I did this, I drew a little bit of pencil and then used this pen, and it does, this line looking from my angled point of view was okay, but here it's not right. I want it a little straighter or level. Getting back to the pen with this pencil, it does smudge it a little or pick it up. So we'll see what it looks like. I'm going to erase this line. I don't want it to look like a sleeve. Yeah, let's soften that shoulder there. All right. That looks, why does that look funny? I think because this bicep needs to be showing that it's behind the lump of the shoulder. So that's coming behind, coming forward, and this looks like it's coming forward too, so let's see. Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, so I have my Copic, and it's got a chisel tip, which is cool, and then a brush tip, so we're gonna be using both. I think we're gonna be using both. I'm gonna try the brush tip first to try to get around these areas. But yeah, it picks up some of the graphite. So I'm trying to be aware of that and trying to stay away from the graphite. Oh, it's a beautiful pen. Very nice. The tip is spongy, it's funny. And I'm going to be flipping this around because I want to use it with my natural hand angle. And try not to smudge that with your hand. Actually, we'll use this side for that just to see what it's like. All right, I'm going to go back to the brush tip so I can get the detail in the control. And sorry it's sideways, but that's too bad. You can fast forward. And that pencil line was a little off, so I just fixed that with the pen. And it might even would have been cool to do a white line around her, but as I'm saying that, I think I like the yellow being right up against it. And I think I should have done verticals there, so I'm going to go in and do that now. Like so. And we're going to do another one because we got 2 sketchbooks in this awesome holiday sketch box. So we're going to do a fun one there with the pen and the water-soluble pencil. So there you are. I hope you enjoyed that demo. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have any questions, you can either email us or just leave a comment. So thank you so much. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Have a great month, have a great year, and remember to smile, create, repeat.